What's up, Quality Reps? We're here with core circuit number 2. We're working with the McGill 3, the McGill Big 3. We've got bird dog, side plank, and hollow body. So these are 3 exercises that are going to help tremendously with your posture, as well as your core and your lower back. Enjoy. Alright, y'all, so today we're going to be doing a circuit of these 3 exercises, and I'm going to show you 3 variations of each one, basically. So right now for bird dog, we're thinking about reaching to the opposite, if you're doing it inside, it would be like reaching towards the opposite walls of your house with your opposite arm and your opposite leg. So we're not twisting around here, we're really engaging the glute and the upper back on the one side each time we do it.
Side plank.
And then for side plank, this is an easier variation for me. The second level is going to be with the arms extended. And if this is too hard for you, then what you're going to do is actually kick your leg back and use it as a kickstand. Pretty sure I do it on the other side here when I switch over. But anyways, get your hips up and forward, up and forward. It's always the key with side plank, up and forward.
Side plank.
Making sure that your elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Your shoulder is right above your elbow. And then here I am doing the kickstand just to show you guys. That's what that would look like. So you just hold that, you use your foot to stabilize yourself in the side plank position, take a little bit of pressure off of the shoulder, but you do want to have that shoulder right above the elbow, hips always coming higher and more forward. So I'm going to do an easier variation of whole body to begin. So this is what we call boat pose. So basically you're in a V, in a V shape. So you're doing your best to keep from your head to your butt basically straight, right? And then from your toes to your butt also straight, creating a V. Alright, y'all, quick 30 seconds rest. We're going to do it again. I'm going to show you some tougher variations. What I like to do in the core workouts is rest in upward facing dog here. So this is going to give a nice little stretch to the abs. It is stimulating to the abs. It's not like you're, if you want to rest, do child's pose. You can just, stand or sit or whatever you need to do. This is how I like to rest though. Try it out. If it's not for you, by all means, just do an easier pose. We're going to get right back into bird dog. So this time I'm going to show you bird dog with my knees hovering. So this is a much more challenging variation. I've showed you guys the easiest versions first. This version is much, much harder, but see if you can do it. You want to keep yourself, not twisting, right? The whole thing with bird dog is you don't want to twist. Switching to side plank, so this time I'm going to do it with an extended arm. So this is my preferred way to do it for boxing, just because it's a little bit more unstable. Hips still coming forward and up, and you can, if you prefer this variation, you can always kickstand the foot as well. I know when I do a longer side plank, the kickstand you usually come in maybe around 2 minutes in or something like that. Switching to the other side, hips come up and forward, still making sure that your shoulder is right above your wrist. You want a nice straight pillar coming up from the ground. Hips up and forward, up and forward. Everything is nice and tight. We're going to get into hollow body this time. So we did boat in the last round. I'm going to go for a real hollow body. So Basically, I'm laying on the ground and I just pick my feet up and tuck my chin into the ground. Right? Option to basically do whatever you want with your arms. You can tuck them underneath your back. You can do what I'm doing. This is kind of a more difficult variation, a bit of a shoulder burn. And so with any of these variations, you can go for the hardest ones right out of the gate. You can go for the easiest ones all the way through. I just wanted to show you guys different variations so that you can progress inside of this workout. This is a really, really good workout, more than you may know. All of these movements are going to help tremendously with the rest of your lifts, if you do lift, and your posture, you know, your lower back, your upper back. It really is a full body workout, and it's really, really great for mobility and posture, guys, so don't sleep. Time for rest.
Bird dog.
If you're in upward facing dog, remember chest high, shoulders back, hips low. And once again, back to bird dog.
Bird dog.
So a couple different ways to vary bird dog. One of the ways would be to double up on the same side. So hand comes down, touches the knee, comes back up on the same side before switching to the other side. This can be done with the knees on the ground or the knees hovering. Another something that you can play around with is holding the outstretched position for 5 seconds. So you can do this with the doubling up or just with the regular variation. And I find that sometimes that can be a little bit more stimulating for this movement. It can get kind of easy sometimes. All right, so a little bit of a spicier variation of side plank here. Leg in the air. So this is just going to make the movement a little bit more unstable. That's about it, you know, getting a little bit more hip strengthening out of it. Nothing major, but it is a little bit more difficult. Switching to the other side.
Side plank.
Hips are still coming up and forward no matter what. You still want your shoulder to be above the other wrist.
Hollow body.
Right into hollow body. So this is completely optional, but this is just the variation that I thought of for this. You just smack your core basically. So this is good for fighters and stuff like that. You know, we want to condition that feeling of getting punched in the stomach. Happens a lot in sparring. However, if you don't feel like doing this, a good variation would just be to basically just flutter kick your legs. So you can flutter kick them vertically. You can do scissors, which is where you come across. There's a couple different variations that you can do. You can do one leg raises, working on your hamstring mobility, where you just kick one leg straight up. But in terms of a more isometric hold, this would be a pretty decent, more challenging variation of hollow body. Although it's not really going to stimulate you much more. All right, y'all, that is your McGill Big 3 core circuit. So totally optional. I'm just going to do 30 seconds of upward facing dog and about 30 seconds of child's pose. So this is a good way to just stretch out, you know, shoulders, the hips, everything that we just used. These are, again, you know, these are for sure one of my 2 favorite stretches. So yeah, just transitioning out of the work, back into the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a absolutely wonderful day. Peace and love and blessings. beautiful day to do some core. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. If you guys want any specific videos made on this channel, I'd be more than happy to oblige and create some stuff for you guys. There's going to be a lot of other core videos on the channel, so go check those out. I have the boxing mobility programs as well for free as a free resource for you guys on this channel as well. So check that out if you're interested. Peace.